following the local food through the Oklahoma Food Cooperative Network. And joining us is Adam Price, who's the General Manager for the Oklahoma Food Cooperative. And Adam, can you tell us about how long the cooperative's been going on and a little bit about the background of it?
So the co-op was started back in November of 2003 was the first delivery of the co-op, and it was basically just started by a bunch of local food advocates and a bunch of local farmers that kind of got together. Bob Waldrop's typically who we point at as the founder of the co-op. It was kind of his brainchild. He was back in the early 2000s. He was looking for a way to buy food directly from local farmers, and this is kind of what kind of materialized.
And now it's grown into this huge thing. You work with several producers and farmers.
We probably work with 50 to 60 different local farmers and producers that sell their products through the system every month. They sell through our online ordering system, so members log into their online accounts. It's basically online shopping.
So the farmers are responsible for posting their inventory on this website, right?
It's basically self-service. All of the farmers maintain their own product listings. There's literally like 5,000 different products that are listed on the website. So, personally, I wouldn't be able to manage all that. So it's pretty well self-serve. So they take orders on the website and then they deliver everything to us on our delivery day once a month, and we handle distribution from there to our network of roughly 50 pickup sites all over the state.
Today is one of your distribution days, and that's what's going on behind us here.
Right.
So you've got, basically, you serve all across the state.
We try and hit anywhere in the state where there's a big enough demand for local food, where it makes sense for us, where we at very least cover our distribution costs and costs of operation. The goal of the organization is basically twofold. It's to provide a sales outlet for any local producer that wants to sell their products to Oklahoma families, and to provide a buying opportunity for anybody in the state that wants to purchase food directly from local farmers.
And it isn't just food, though, right? There's other things that they provide as well.
Yep, pretty much everything behind us is food products, but over on our other building, which you might have seen, we do soaps and bath and body care products, pretty much anything that doesn't require refrigeration. So yes, we do call it the Oklahoma Food Cooperative, but there is a much broader assortment of products.
But it's almost like a grocery store. You can get a lot of your toiletries and things like that.
Honestly, that's kind of how I describe the system. It's like I tend to say that pretty much anything you can find in a supermarket, you can find through our system in one way, shape, or form, but it's all made or raised or grown or produced in some way in Oklahoma.
Earlier we saw a flurry of people behind you working and sorting all of the produce. Now it's all volunteers really that do all of this.
They're members, almost all of them are members. Sometimes we have people that are non-members that show up and want to help. We call them volunteers, and that's exactly what they are. We do compensate folks for their time, and that goes back all the way to the beginning of the co-op. We compensate folks in credits, $7.25 an hour in co-op credit that can be used toward future co-op orders. So it's basically food trade. So we do compensate folks for their time, but they're also volunteering and pitching in and helping. It's kind of a barn raising.
And those volunteers are also who distribute those food to those 50 locations.
That's exactly
right. They actually drive it with their...
Some of our drivers are members. Some of our drivers are actually producers. It's kind of a mishmash of however we can figure out a way to get the food from point A to point B or C or D or whatever it is. We tend to do.
And you've got a lot of paperwork. It's a well-oiled machine that we have seen. Organized chaos at its best.
That's better.
But could you kind of tell somebody if they want to be a customer here, how can they find out more information? And there is a monthly fee or to join the co-op?
The easiest way is just to go to our website at www.oklahomafood.coop.coop. All the information is there. Sometimes there is a register page if people want to sign up for membership. It's not a monthly. There is an option for paying by the month. We do have a couple of different membership options, though. Okay. To become a full member in the co-op is a one-time, lifetime membership of $51.75, and that once you pay that, you're in for life. It's basically like buying a share in a company. So you're purchasing a share in the organization.
Okay.
We do have shopping pass options. If people don't want to pay the full membership fee, they can pay either $6 a month or $25 for a year for basically just shopping access to the food co-op.
All right, and if you're a producer and you want to get involved, there's information on your website as well.
That is correct. Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing this great day with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
In order for the Oklahoma Food Cooperative to work successfully, it takes an army of volunteers. And we're going to talk with one. Doug, you've been volunteering for quite a while here with your wife also.
Right. I've been a member for about 8 years and a steady volunteer for about the past 5 years.
So what are we doing today? You've got some eggs here.
Right. I'm getting ready to get an ice chest together to put some eggs in that came in from one of our producers.
Can you show us how you help organize all of this food and that it gets to its proper location?
Well, with the eggs, they need to have some frozen water bottles put in to keep them chilled.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a process. I've got a new ice chest here for the Paseo drop site. And I mark it with the ice chest number.
So several ice chests here are going to the Paseo district.
Right, and some of them are
City.
for frozen. They're like the meat, they need to stay frozen. It'll have dry ice packed with it. The refrigerated produce will also have a frozen water bottle placed in it to keep things cool. And then we have plant materials that come in from other producers that don't necessarily have to have any kind of refrigeration.
Oh, okay. So everything's still kind of divided up based off of either meat or eggs or produce, not necessarily by customer just yet.
Correct.
Okay.
And then it goes to each of these 50 locations we have throughout the state. The one I'm working on right now is for the Paseo district.
All right, so how do you know which eggs go to who?
So I have a sign-up sheet with the member number and name and the producer of the eggs who brought them in. I have a customer that ordered, looks like 7 dozen eggs.
Wow. And so the farmer then marks on all of the product they bring in for each customer.
Correct. Their name and member number and which drop site it needs to go to.
So the farmer's responsible for that, labeling all their produce.
That's correct. And then we check it in and put the ice chest number so when they get to the drop site, the customer will know which ice chest to look for their order.
Okay. So they might have to look through several ice chests in order to find their meat, their eggs, and their produce. But their whole order will be there at the distribution site.
From Hollis to Tulsa to McAllister, and many points in between.
You guys have a lot of ice chests that you're dealing with here in a lot of different locations across the state. How did you get involved in this, and what have you gained out of this?
Well, I've always been interested in eating locally based products and food, and it was a good way to get to meet the farmers and meet the people that are actually no middlemen, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, you're just going direct to the farmer, and we kind of act as the middleman by getting it in the ice chest and getting it to our customers.
Well, it takes a lot of people, and it's also volunteers that actually then take these ice chests to those locations, correct?
Right. I will probably run the Northwest route this afternoon, which is a northwestern Oklahoma City.
All right.
So,
and that's where the customer can then come pick up their produce.
Right. So it'll be a full day for me.
Excellent. Well, thank you for volunteering and making this all work for everyone across the state.
Well, thank you very much.
It's really easy to shop. So you can go on the website and you can look at just produce or just meat or just things that you need for your house or for taking care of your body, like toothpaste or soap or whatever. It's really easy to find what you want, and it's really easy to put in the order, and then picking it up is super easy too. Because we've got a lot of food deserts in this state. People wouldn't recognize that, and I think this is a really good way to kind of fight back against that dynamic. I think the quality of the meat in particular is much better than what you can buy in most of the grocery stores here. It's not very fatty, it's really nice thick cuts, and the way that it tastes, the flavor that it has is completely different. There's also, lots of people who are preparing really good meals in their home, and you can buy those if you need something quick. And it's still really healthy, right? So it's really nice to be able to support people who have families in Oklahoma and who are keeping with those old traditions of raising things the right way and treating your customers the right way too.
Knowing that this is quality food, soaps and powders and that sort of thing, and food and treats for our dog, and we know that's all good. So, and just being a part of a group of people who do like to promote Oklahoma and do like to eat well and do care about how things are made, and so those are some of the reasons we do this.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.